So in this video, I will be teaching you how to solve the quartile, decile, and percentile of ungrouped data in Tagalog. So halimbawa, may data tayo na 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, at 12. At isosolve natin yung quartile, decile, at percentile. So itong tatlo ay tinatawag na measures of position. So ito yung magtuturo ng position ng data na hinahanap mo. O pwede ring given yung position, ito yung magsasabi kung ano yung value ng position na yun. So una natin gagawin is isosolve natin yung quartile ng data na to. So, yung quartile, may general formula siya. So, Q sub K. So, yung K, depende na kung ano yung quartile. May apat. First, second, third, at saka fourth. Although, yung fourth quartile, hindi na yan sinosolve kasi yan yung pinakahuling number ng data. So, yung measures of position, kailangan siya naka-arrange from smallest to biggest. So, hindi pwedeng kahit anong arrangement lang yung data. So, necessary at napaka-importante talaga na i-arrange muna siya from smallest to biggest. Kasi, usually, yun yung common mistake sa pag-solve ng measures of position. Kahit alam mong paano i-solve, minsan nakakalimutan nating i-arrange muna from smallest to biggest kasi excited tayo at saka ayaw nating makalimutan yung formula. So, nagmamadali tayo kaya nakakalimutang i-arrange muna data. So, ayan. Yung data natin is naka-arrange na siya from smallest to biggest. So, walang problema. So, yung formula ng quartile is K. So, K, yung K is either 1, 2, 3, or 4. Tsaka times N plus 1. So, yung N is yun yung number of data given. Sa ating data is may 6 na numbers. So, yun yung N. So, plus 1. So, yung plus 1 is constant na yan. Tapos, may TH na nakalagay. Kasi yan yung indication na yung sagot nito is hindi pa yung hinahanap natin na quartile. Position pa lang siya. So, mamaya makikita nyo kung anong ibig sabihin yan. Tapos, over 4. So, divided by 4 kapag quartile. Kapag decile, divided by 10 naman. Pero same lang yung formula. Tapos yung percentile is divided by 100. So, ang reason dyan is, sa quartile kasi, hinahati natin ng 4 na parts yung dataset natin. So, kaya quartile kasi 4. Kapag decile, ibig sabihin, 10 parts yung hinahati natin yung data. Kapag percent or percentile, so ibig sabihin, hinati yung data into 100 parts. So, yung quartile is may 4, quartile 1, 2, 3, tsaka 4. Again, sa sinasabi ko, yung quartile 4, hindi na siya necessary to solve kasi siya yung panghuling number. So, solve muna natin yung first quartile or quartile 1. So, base sa formula, yung K is 1. So, 1 times N plus 1. So, yung N dyan is yung 6. Kasi there are 6 numbers divided by 4. So, always yan divided by 4 kapag quartile. So, simplify further. So, 6 plus 1 is 7. Tapos, 7 times 1 is 7 pa rin. So, kaya 7 yung numerator. Tapos, copy lang yung denominator na 4. And then, divide natin. 7 divided by 4 is 1.75. Tapos, may TH, which is, nakita natin yan sa formula. So, ang reason dyan is, itong 1.75, hindi pa siya yung first quartile. Yan lang ay position ng first quartile. Nasa 1.75th position siya. So, ibig sabihin, nasa first position plus my 0.75. So, anong 0.75? 0.75 ng sa gitna ng second at saka first. So, ibig sabihin, yung first number plus 0.75 ng gitna ng first at saka second. So, subtract natin yung second at saka first. So, ano yung first number? Starting from the smallest. So, yung first number is 1. Plus 0.75 ng difference ng second at saka first, which is 3 yung second, minus 1. So, copy muna natin. 3 minus 1 is 2. Tapos, copy muna yung 1. So, 0.75 times 2, which is 1.5. Tapos, i-add natin 1 plus 1.5 is 2.5. At yan yung first quartile. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung 25% ng data is smaller than 2.5 or lesser than 2.5. The remaining 75% is 2.5 or higher siya. So, greater than or equal to 2.5. So, yan yung ibig sabihin ng first quartile. So, kung mag-iisip kayo, paano kung walang 0.75 or hindi siya decimal yung position? Paano kung exactly 2 lang? So, let's say 2. So, ibig sabihin second number. So, ano yung second number, which is 3? Yun na yung sagot. Wala ka nang isosolve pa na mga i-multiply or i-add. Wala na. Kasi exact siya. So, mas madali siya kapag hindi decimal. So, hanapin mo lang yung second number, which is 3. So, sunod nating isosolve ay yung second quartile. So, yung second quartile naman is actually yung median. Median siya. So, kung ano yung median, yun din yung second quartile. Pero solve pa rin natin gamit yung formula ng quartile. So, yung k natin is 2 times yung n is 6. So, still there are 6 numbers plus 1 divided by 4. So, tapos, 6 plus 1 is 7 times 2, 14. 14 divided by 4, 3.5. So, nasa 3.5th position siya. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay ang third number plus 0.5 ng gitna ng fourth at saka third. So, fourth minus third. Okay? So, yung third number is 5 plus 0.5 in between ng third at saka fourth, which is 7 at saka 5. So, subtract natin yan. Copy muna natin. So, 7 minus 5 is 2. Tapos, 0.5 times 2 is 1. So, 5 plus 1 is 6. So, ibig sabihin, 50% ng data is less than 6 at saka 50% naman ng data is 6 or above, meaning greater than or equal to 6. So, yan yung interpretasyon ng second quartile. So, the third quartile naman, or Q3, so, substitute natin yung formula. So, yung pinalitan natin is yung K, which is 3. Tapos, the same lang yung iba, yung N is 6. Tapos, 7. So, 6 plus 1 is 7 times 3, 21. So, copy yung 4 sa baba. Tapos, divide 21 by 4. It will be 5.25. So, nasa position na 5.25 position yung third quartile. So, ibig sabihin, nasa 5th number siya plus 0.25 sa gitna ng 5th at saka 6th. So, 6th minus the 5th. So, kukunin natin yung 0.25 niyan. So, yung 5th number is 10 plus 0.25 ng gitna ng 12 at 10 because yan yung 6th at saka 5th number. So, 10 plus 0.25 tapos difference ng 12 at saka 10 is 2. So, copy mo na yung 10. 0.25 times 2 is 0.5. So 10 plus 0.5 is 10.5. So meaning 75%, yan yung third quartile, 75% ng data is less than 10.5. Tsaka 25% naman ng data is 10.5 or above. So greater than or equal to 10.5. So yan yung meaning ng third quartile. So ngayon, isisingit natin tong topic na to, interquartile range. Kasi ito ay gumagamit ng quartiles. So ginagamit itong interquartile range para malaman kung may outlier. So ano nga ba yung outlier? Yan yung data or value na masyadong malaki kumpara sa ibang data. Let's say 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, at saka 12. At saka may additional data na let's say 500. So masyadong malayo siya sa the rest of the data. So ang mangyayari is kapag nag-compute ka sa data, apektado lahat, nahihila lahat ng 500 yung value. So mali na yung result. So lumalaki lang yung computation dahil sa isang number na napakalayo sa the rest of the data, which is yung mga outlier. Yun yung mga nire-remove para hindi maapektuhan yung ibang data or yung computation natin. So para malaman kung may outlier, kasi minsan hindi madaling hanapin yung outlier. Hindi rin natin alam kung masyado na ba siyang malaki or enough lang yung value niya. So hindi siya ganun kalayo sa the rest of the data. So mahirap i-determine yan. So itong interquartile range is isa siya sa tutulong kung may outlier. So yung formula ng outlier is IQR equals, so yan yung interquartile range, third quartile minus first quartile. So nasolve na natin yung third quartile, which is 10.5, at saka yung first quartile na 2.5. So yung interquartile range ng data na to is 8. So yung value niyan is hindi ganong malaki. So kapag malaki masyado yung interquartile range, napakalaki niya, ibig sabihin may outlier. So hanapin nyo yan kung ano yung outlier na yan para hindi apektado yung computation, yung value ng mga computation na gagawin nyo. Ngayon, balik tayo sa data natin. Isa-solve naman natin yung decile. So, ano nga ba yung decile? Yung decile ay nagdi-divide ng dataset into 10 parts. So, denoted by D sub K. Yung K is from 1 to 10 kasi decile. So, there are 10 parts. At may formula na K, which is, again, depending on what is asked in the problem. So, either from 1 to 10 yung K. K times N plus 1. So, yung N is same lang din yung quartile. Yun yung kung ilang data ang given. So, plus 1 divided by 10 kasi decile na siya. So, yung decile is from first decile, second, third decile, up to 10th decile. So, yung 10th decile, unnecessary na yan isolve. So, hindi na yan sinusolve kasi yan yung panghuling number ng dataset. So, halimbawa, isosolve natin yung D3 or third decile ng data na to. So, yung third decile is 3. So, because yan yung K, yan yung hinahanap natin, yung third decile. So, 3 times 6 plus 1. So, again, 6 kasi may 6 na numbers na given. Divided by 10. So, 6 plus 1 is 7 times 3, 21. So, 21 divided by 10 is 2.1. So, hindi pa to yung sagot. Ito lang ay position ng hinahanap natin. So, nasa position siya na 2.1st position ng data. So, ibig sabihin, nasa second siya plus 0.1 ng third at saka second. 0.1 ng in-between ng third at second. So, ano yung second number? From the smallest to biggest. So, yung second number is 3 plus 0.1 times the third number is 5 minus second is 3. Tapos, copy muna natin to. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then, copy. 0.1 times 2, yan ay 0.2. Tapos, combine 3 at saka 0.2. So, yung sagot is 3.2. So, ibig sabihin ng third decile na 3.2, 30% ng dataset is smaller than 3.2. The remaining 70% ng dataset ay 3.2 or above. So, greater than or equal to 3.2 yung 70%. Ngayon, isa-solve naman natin yung 8 decile ng data. So again, emphasize ko lang, napaka-importante na wag niyong kakalimutang i-arrange yung data from smallest to biggest. Or else, lahat ng sinusolve nyo ay mali na. So yung 8 decile is 8 times 6 plus 1 divided by 10. So yung K is 8, saka yung N is 6. So 6 plus 1 is 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. So 56 divided by 10 is 5.6. So yung 8 decile is nasa 5.6 position. So position pa lang to at hindi to yung sagot. So yung hinahanap natin is nasa 5th place plus 0.6 ng in between ng 5th at saka 6th. So 6 minus 5th. So, substitute natin. Ano yung 5th number? Yan ay 10 plus 0.6 ng in between ng 6th at saka 5th, which is 12 minus 10. So, subtract 12 at saka 10. So, that is 2. Tapos, multiply 0.6 at 2. It will be 1.2. So, 10 plus 1.2 is 11.2. So, ibig sabihin, ng 8 decile na 11.2, 80% ng data ay lesser than 11.2. So, yung remaining na 20% is 11.2 or above. Ngayon, solve naman natin yung percentile ng data. So, ano yung percentile? So, yung percentile, ibig sabihin, dinidivide natin yung dataset into 100 parts. So, paano nadi-divide itong 6 na number into 100 parts? So, kahit 6 lang to, may mga small numbers na in between each numbers na hindi na given. So, like for example, from 1 to 3, may numbers dyan na 2, may 1.5, may 1.3. So, napakaraming numbers in between that number alone. So, kaya pwedeng i-divide kahit 6 lang na given, pwede pa rin i-divide na into 100 parts. So, yung percentile, denoted as P sub K, so yung K is from 1 to 100, is K times N plus 1 divided by 100. So, the same formula lang, except yung divisor natin is 100 na. Kasi yung data is na-divide by 100. So, yung percentile is from first percentile, second percentile, third percentile, up to 100th percentile. So, halimbawa, isosolve natin yung 45th percentile ng data. So, 45 times 6 plus 1, kasi 6 sila, divided by 100. So, 6 plus 1, so 7. 7 times 45 is 315. Tapos, divided by 100, which will be 3.15. So, yung hinahanap natin na 45th percentile is nasa position na 3.15 position. So, ibig sabihin, nasa third position plus 0.15 ng in-between ng fourth at saka third. So, substitute natin, yung third number is 5 plus 0.15 ng fourth at saka third. Yung fourth is 7 minus yung third which is 5. Tapos, combine 7 minus 5 is 2. And then, 0.15 times 2 is 0.3. Tapos, 5 plus 0.3 is 5.3. So, ano yung interpretasyon ng 45th percentile? So, ibig sabihin, 45% ng dataset is less than 5.3. So, yung remaining na 55% is 5.3 and above or above. Ngayon, solve naman natin yung 68th percentile. So, yung 68th percentile equals 68, yun yung K, times 6 plus 1 divided by 100 kasi percentile siya. So, 6 plus 1 is 7. And 7 times 68 is 476. Then, copy yung 100 sa bottom. Tapos, divide 476 by 100. It will be 4.76. So, meaning, yung 68th percentile na hinahanap natin, nasa 4.76 position. So, ibig sabihin, nasa 4th position plus 0.76 ng in-between sa 5th at saka 4th. So, in-between nito. 5th minus 4th. So, ano yung 4th position? Yan ay 7 plus 0.76 ng 5th at saka 4th. So, yung 5th is 10 minus yung 4th which is 7. So, copy muna tayo. Then, subtract 10 minus 7, which is 3. Then, copy ulit ng 7. So, 0.76 times 3 is 2.28. Then, combine, it will be 9.28. So, anong ibig sabihin ng 68th percentile na 9.28? So, ibig sabihin, 68% ng dataset ay less than 9.28. The remaining na 32% is 9.28 or above. So, salamat sa panonood at sana may natutunan kayo sa video ito. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.